Greetings. Hello, friends. Good to see you. Cat Bone, moving mindfully. Many moments of mindfulness more often. Those moments to connect, to reflect, and to be. Today I'm going to talk about fear. Even when I say the word fear, I'm like, oh, should I talk about it? Fear. There's a lot of fear. We have FOMO, fear of missing out. We have fear of failure. We have fear of what people think. We have fear of aging, perhaps fear of death. We have fear if we forgot something. We have fear if we're good enough. It seems to me that fear is kind of around us, sometimes within the news or how the news is presented. What is fear? What does it make you feel like? Does it feel like one of my teachers says, that low-grade tremble around life? Fear of different relationships towards health. Fear of a relationship towards your wealth, money. Fear of your job. Fear of your children. Fear, as I say, of aging. Does it just feel like it's just the undercurrent? There are some things to be fearful in this world, don't get me wrong. We all want to feel safe. Feel safe in certain bodies, certain regions of the world, skin colors, to feel safe. And so there are some areas of our society, our global community, that have much room for improvement for people to feel safe, to live in non-fear. But I'm talking more about our own individual relationship to life that is changing all the time. To some of our identifications, as I said, of fear of failure, fear of missing out, fear of what people think. These are big. I mean, they're small, but they're big because they can be all pervasive. And so how do we work with fear? If some of these areas that I've mentioned resonate with you, how do we get to know fear a little bit better? In the tradition of mindfulness, again, as the Buddha taught, it's a lot about inquiry or investigation. And so we question, what is this? Is it true? What am I believing? Is it true? What am I missing? Those are just a few questions that we can tease apart with our relationship towards fear. Some of you might have heard in my questioning, is it true? And maybe you have heard of the work of Byron Katie, where she teases apart greatly, very, very precisely, how to work with different ideas and opinions of the mind. Is it true? Is it really, really true? Any type of inquiry can kind of break that trance. So if there is a habit for you, like for myself, to relationship to fear, failure, missing out, what do people think? Did I do that right? Am I okay? When will aging stop? Have a relationship with it. Talk to it. What am I believing? That might be just enough to tame that current. His Holiness the Dalai Lama once said, underneath all of our kind of gritty emotions and thoughts, traditionally in Tibetan they're called afflicted. So underneath some of our habits, some of our ideas, is fear. Check it out. You know I'm going to ask you that. Check it out. Don't believe me. Don't believe the Dalai Lama. Don't believe the Buddha. Check it out. Is there fear underneath some of your different thought patterns? How you relate to the world, how you relate to yourself. Is it fear? What's underneath fear? What is fear? Keep questioning. Keep investigating. That's how we learn. That's how we understand. It's not easy, at least for me. It hasn't been easy. It's not easy. But that's where understanding grows. Through the experiment. Through the willingness to learn and see differently. Sorry, I was going to end, and then I'm not. So one more second here. It's going to be more than a second. How many of you watched the Pixar movie many years, well, it's not that many years ago. Well, it's probably many years ago now. Inside Out. And they had beautiful little characters. Kind of the blockhead of anger, joy, sadness, fear. Check it out. Google it. Google fear from Inside Out. And you might kind of relate to that apprehension in the energy. Maybe that will give some playfulness when different ways that fear arises in us all. See it as a cartoon character, as an energy, a playfulness, and inquire. Okay? Thank you for your kind attention.